Kyle, here goes your tires, buddy.
Kyle?
Brand new ones.
You could have at least put the front ones on the back. Those are old ones.
Lubing right day and night.
And we're supposed to be powered by science.
That's very true.
We better be able to get two people on one train somehow.
Here it comes. Yep, that's it.
Because every time I'm in his office, he's sitting there and all of a sudden he just reaches like this and there's a piece of chicken in his hand.
I'm like, how much chicken is under your desk?
I overshot the R&D budget this week, so I'm going to need that $250.
Lubing it right day and night.
Woo! 82!
Welcome. welcome. Episode 82.
Yeah,
You got some
think.
energy.
that was it.
That
I'm spent.
was
I'm
it.
out.
All you had. So we are welcome to another one of our live shows. We are streaming live on YouTube and Facebook right now.
Yes.
So make sure you are liking and sharing the video, and make sure you click the little bell so you get notifications. We're here every Thursday at 1:30 p.m. Eastern Time. Well, so far we haven't been shut down or anything, but I know a lot of people out there are. So I don't know. Maybe if you're at home, good time to tune in. And normally you gotta be at work and try to sneak us, and maybe we're watching live.
Yeah, now it's legal.
It's legal.
It's not as fun.
Yeah, exactly. So it has been rough out there. I know it's been rough on a lot of people and a lot of the companies. So for those of you that got the doors open or you get your doors closed, feel bad for you. Hopefully we get you back working here pretty soon. In the meantime, we continue on here, and we actually got some cool stuff coming up too. I mean, we're fortunate to be open and supporting the trucking industry. We have a lot of fleets we support through ambulance, police, fire, all that stuff.
Right.
So it makes us essential, as they call it. So yeah, we're here. We're kicking. We're doing good. Keeping our distance, though, and following all that stuff.
Yeah.
So, as normal...
So we're not kicking that much butt.
No, exactly. But as normal, we're going to go ahead and recap what's going on here at Hot Shots. Answer your questions, so post them now. Especially if you're at home bored, we're ready to answer them. We've got Aaron on here, so we're ready to go. You're a little more spiffy last week. Now you're just down to the hoodie and... Yeah. All right. And today we're going to talk a little bit about EDT. It's kind of what's that?
Nobody to dress up for.
Oh, that's true.
We're not getting visitors or anything.
That's true. We don't have visitors, so we're going to talk EDT. You'll see one of the specials. We got some specials going on right now too. We'll talk about that, and we'll give some product giveaway. Obviously, I think we're giving away some EDT today. So, kick us off with our weekly tech tip.
Our weekly tech tip is, in a nutshell, don't overfill your oil system. Oil additives displace the same amount of oil as the oil you would put in.
That's true. We get the question a lot.
The easiest way is if you're doing a fresh oil change, pour the Stiction or FR3 in first, and then fill up to the manufacturer's recommended.
Yep.
Recommended. That's a new word.
We do.
Recommend.
Honestly, we get the question daily, multiple times a day.
Right.
But it is important to have your oil fill level at the manufacturer's recommended level. Not a huge deal if it's a small motor, like a four-quart motor, and they're putting FR3 in it or something. We're talking 6 ounces of FR3 on a 4-quart motor. But when you talk to trucks, I mean, sometimes they're putting 4 quarts of Stiction eliminator in. And obviously, we want you to end at the appropriate level.
Look at
Is
that.
Is that
going to be our guest?
Okay. All right.
Look at that.
This is going to be a good one. Do you have your gloves on? You got to be TV ready, man. All right. So yeah, make sure you're filling to your proper oil level. That includes the oil you displaced with the additive.
Correct.
We'll still answer that question all 42 times you call us today and ask us that, though.
They should probably ask it on live also.
You should ask it on live. If you have that question, ask us. I'll answer it again. Oh, no, Aaron. You are not wanted on. We have a special guest out here, so maybe another time. Announcements. What have we got going on the web?
I don't know. Oh, I got a sweet email today from our newsletter.
Yeah?
I think everyone else should get them too.
I get them. I didn't notice it today, though. What was it?
That's later on in the show.
Oh, okay.
I don't want to ruin it.
All right. Well, then it just says subscribe to our email newsletter, stay up to date on news and exclusive deals at Hot Shots. I did see a new video went up on the YouTube page yesterday. I don't know if was it posted on Facebook as well? No? So it's part of our how-to series that we're putting out there. It's really just broad educational truck stuff. And I believe it was how to change transmission fluid and filter on a Duramax. I can't remember which truck type it was. But that's what we're using this new studio for, is to really pound out a lot of that information. We really want to be the go-to source for all things diesel. Of course, it's what we came up in, and so a lot of this educational stuff when it comes to fluids, we run into those questions when people talk to us about trans fluid and stuff. It's like, well, I like to change it myself. Well, why not? It's easy for us to educate someone how to do it, and then they can be more hands-on. People that are going to a shops to get servicing and stuff, they never really know what, they're putting in the shop fluid, they're getting in shop service and stuff. Well, somebody who's buying fluids from us, why not tell them how to actually change it too? So, I think Levi found it. Was it trans fluid on a
6.7 power stroke?
6.7 power stroke. So those of you with power strokes out there that always wondered how to change trans fluid, we got a nice video up there for you. So check it out. We got more of this coming. A lot of the how-tos. Let's just get to know us now.
All right, let her rip.
Let her rip. So as you know, we have a special get to know us segment here at Hot Shot Secret that allows you to get to know one of the employees here under the roof. And we got a special one today. One of my building favorites. Come on in here, Richard.
Hello, Kyle. Hello, Aaron.
Oh,
Now
no
you gotta stand in
touching.
the middle.
Social distance. Oh. I'll try not to breathe on you.
Yeah, we had to mic both of you. So let's tell everybody your name and what your position here is.
I'm Richard Benson, Rick for short, and I'm the Director of Legal in House Counsel.
That means he's our legal guy. So, and you just started with us
A year and a half ago
It's been
now.
a year and a half. And right when you came on, you weren't technically legal yet.
Yes, before I came on, I was had not passed the bar yet, had not studied for it, so my first February, I had taken off October through February to take the bar, and now I'm fully licensed.
And ready to sue. We're waiting for someone. But so let's learn a little bit more about Rick here. So we're going to do some rapid fire stuff. You can just let us know off the chest your answer, okay?
All right.
So, Rick, where were you born?
I was born in Rochester, Minnesota,
I didn't know that.
home of the world-famous Mayo Clinic. They're swamped right now.
True, I bet. Where did you grow up?
Grew up in Rochester, Minnesota.
All right. What was your first job?
My first job was a paper boy.
Really?
Yeah.
Mine too.
Oh,
I think that's the
fantastic.
first time we've had somebody say that, besides me.
Yeah.
Where did you go to school and what did you study?
For undergrad, I went to Franciscan University of Steubenville. I studied philosophy.
Steubenville, Ohio?
Yes, Steubenville, Ohio.
Is that how you came to Ohio from?
That is how I first came to Ohio.
Okay.
How I met my now wife, Melissa, Chris's daughter. Fantastic school. Studied theology and philosophy there. And then was a teacher for 3 years. Went back to school for law, of course. Now I'm a lawyer.
There you go.
So I'll see you, then I'll pray for you.
I love it. Did you play sports growing up?
Occasionally.
Okay, now we have to know what occasionally is.
I was part of a bowling league when I was little.
Okay.
Did some soccer, but really for high school, my sport of choice was chess.
And you have a chess set in your office.
I do.
And I believe you and Aaron play like throughout the week, don't you? Like
Yes, we do.
Well, not so much.
He's
You'll
beat me
pass-
a couple times.
you walk, if I'm not mistaken, you like walk by his office, you go in and you make your move, and you go on with
Right.
your day. And
Then he goes and studies what the best move is while I'm not in there. Right.
What
It's
is your
fine.
favorite hobby?
My favorite hobby is really just being a father, but I go back to unicycling as a hobby of choice.
What?
I haven't ridden it in a long time, though.
You have a unicycle?
I do.
Oh my god!
Oh, man, I used to have 3.
Wouldn't that be a
This-
tricycle then?
This
So you like that joke? I know.
So I had...
What? You got a unicycle?
Right, so right now I
Why
have
didn't
a-
you ride into set on your unicycle? That'd have been
I
epic.
don't have
Right.
it here.
You need to bring it here.
I should. But it's a mountain unicycle. I used to have a Coker that's a unicycle with 3-foot wheels, so it can go about as fast as a bike. And
I'm mesmerized.
also used to have a giraffe unicycle, though I think that's back home in Minnesota.
What's a giraffe unicycle?
Those are the tall ones.
Like the
So
20s, like the 1920s looking things?
So no, not the
Oh.
1920s looking things. They have a small wheel on the bottom, a long shaft, and then the seat up top. So it's like a 5-foot unicycle. So I'm sitting right about here.
You need to bring all of these in, and we need to see this in action. Promise me you'll do that.
Like the only one I have around here is my mountain unicycle.
Okay.
But yeah, we can.
Wait, what's a?
we can
I
do
gotta.
that.
I'm sorry. I gotta know what's a mountain unicycle.
So people.
It's got like an
go-
off-road tire on it.
Yeah. It has
No,
an
you're
off-road tire.
kidding me. You literally go off-roading on a unicycle.
Yeah, you can go
Yeah,
off-road on a
you're kidding
unicycle.
me.
You should
It's
see
in
some
all
of
the survival
videos.
kits. You city boys don't understand.
This is all new to me.
Chris Holmes is one of the world's most
Proficient unicycle off-roaders.
Yeah. He does just amazing
What's going
tricks.
on here? I'm gonna have to Google this when we're done. I'm sure this will get YouTube. Wow, I did not see that coming behind favorite hobby. Best ever. Best ever.
Taking his butt at chess is pretty great too.
Yeah. What's your favorite holiday?
Favorite holiday? Let's say Christmas.
Common one. Favorite beverage? Alcohol or non?
Apple whiskey.
Apple whiskey. Yeah, I'm with you. We've had some Crown Apple here and stuff. That type of stuff.
Yeah.
Yeah. All right. Deal. I can do that. Favorite TV show or movie?
Community. It's a TV series. Just awesome.
Huh.
Cool.
You're a fan of The Office. You probably
Cool,
like
cool,
Community too.
I don't think I've seen it.
It's worth
I'll
it.
look out for it. And they never put a number 10 on here, so I always make up the number 10. So my number 10 question is going to be, who do you hope to sue first?
Oh my gosh. I'm going to maintain my answer. No one.
Okay, there you go.
Pass
Well,
that off to someone else.
well, we're glad that we're well protected here. That we've
Sam
got you
Cooker,
in the
Otis
building.
Redding.
There you go. You want to ask your
Someone-
original one?
No, he knows it.
He already passed. Okay. Well, thanks, Rick. Thanks for allowing us to get to know you a little bit better.
Thank you so much for
I
having
learned
me.
more on this one than anybody we've done that on. So, and I'm holding you to the unicycle. We need to see you on that soon.
Okay.
All right.
Next week.
Thanks, buddy. Wow.
Whoa.
Wow.
I rolled that one right.
Unicycle. Off-road unicycle?
Off-road unicycle.
What? That's nuts. I thought he was messing with me.
Sounds like a
The
George
things to
Carlin
learn here
skit.
at Hot Shot Secret. I told you it's worth tuning in. We got some crazy stuff going on.
I wonder if they had designated trail rides like they do for the Jeep folks.
I don't know, man. I still can't even picture. And then he said the famous one has like tricks he does. Like, come on, we got to YouTube this stuff and find out. Whew. All right, how about some dealer shout-outs?
Snyder Fuels of Sunbury, Pennsylvania.
Sunbury, PA.
Woo! And boy, these Blessed Performers folks are getting a lot of love.
Yeah, I think we shouted them out. Yeah, Gillette, Wyoming.
Gillette,
That's
Wyoming,
right.
yeah.
And we do have some decals for the wall. Remember, our dealers out there, our retailers, our influencers, fans from whatever. You got a decal, you want to get some love on our wall that we're doing a lot of how-tos in front of, go ahead and send them out, and we will put them up. So, got a few that came in this week. Appreciate it. So, we'll start off with our diesel truck stuff. I believe they're out of Texas, I want to say.
Texas. Can you say it
I'm
like that
guessing.
again?
I can't remember.
Texas.
But shout out to diesel truck stuff. There you go, find a spot for it.
I'm going to stick it right in the most heavily populated area.
I know. I keep telling him to spread it out a little bit, so he goes and finds a little spot in the middle. But shout out to diesel truck stuff. We'll get you up on the board. Oh, now you're just being a smart
Yes, I am.
All right. So
6
Next
foot
up,
social distancing. Come on, Kyle.
we got Bluffton Diesel Service. That's a 419 number right there. That's a yokel. So shout out to Bluffton Diesel. Nice decal. That's a good big one.
Ouch. Oh, do you want me to put it
You can
upside down?
spread a little bit. Don't put
Oh,
it
no,
upside
no,
down.
no. We're going to do it this way.
You gonna peel that one or leave that one?
I usually leave them. Yeah.
Yeah, let them stick for a while. And last but not least,
Are you going to do it?
I mean, it came in. I
You
won't
have
announce
to.
it, but we'll just put it
You
up.
won't announce it?
Just shout out to my boy Matt Rice at DNR Auto and his new business of supplies that he's got. We'll throw that one up on the wall.
We will. But we won't announce it.
You
right?
can announce it. You can announce it. It's on you. Shout out to my boy Matt Rice and DNR Auto and his new supply company.
Well,
It's not on the edge. It's actually cutting in a little bit. See how it's cut in?
I see now.
There you go.
Finally would have used my glasses.
So
So
drivers, race
since
teams.
Kyle's afraid,
Yeah, shout out to the supply store with Matt Rice. It's making the wall. So appreciate the support, racers, teams, all you guys out there. Send your decals in. We'll put them on the wall, and you'll get some love on. Like I said, the video that we posted earlier about the TransFlow thing. I'm sure those got some shots in the background. So we'll be happy to put yours up. Now, what's going on TV that's coming up?
Saturday at 1, Truck U. It's going to be Stiction Eliminator and Diesel Extreme.
That's an in show. So that's full integration. So you don't know what those initials are for.
No, I'm not in marketing.
Yeah, yeah, you are.
IS means is.
In show. So it's a full integration. So we get a full segment in there. They're going to incorporate our Stiction and our Diesel Extreme. So a little bit bigger segment, a little bit more in depth.
Are they going to have a dyno on this one?
Not on the Truck U one. Nope. Nope. So
those
that's
are
a
my
good one.
favorite.
Saturday afternoon at 1 o'clock.
And Sunday at 10:30, we're going to have Diesel Extreme on again on Truck U.
Yep, and that's a tech tip.
That's what TT stands for.
You got it.
I'm learning
You're
all this
learning,
stuff.
man. You're learning.
What's IS again?
In show.
In show. All right.
Or they call them integrations sometimes. I also want to give a shout out to the Corona Lockdown Practice Tree League. I don't know if you can find that, Levi, if you do a Facebook search for it, because I didn't even mention to you before. But since
Yeah, changing
a
the
lot
script.
of people are, I know he's good. He's good. We pressure him live. He's good at finding stuff. But I know a lot of people are at home and kind of know where to go. Our buddy Chris Mancini contacted me earlier this week and said these guys have a really cool thing going for all of our racers that are stuck at home. As we know, early in the season and the off season, there's a lot of practice tree tournaments where they go in and compete for reaction time against a practice tree.
Right.
And they're having a virtual practice tree league. It's called the Corona Lockdown. There you go. Practice tree league. And so we're going to help them out. We're giving them some winners boxes for top bulb winner and bottom bulb winner. And it's cool how they do it. They're actually, you're at home on your own with your own practice tree. There's apps. There's little, different game systems you can use. And you got to record like 10 in a row of your reaction times. And they get submitted. They ladder them. And these guys then like draw cards to find out which time you use. And they get a winner like almost, I think they're doing it like every night for the league. It's like a point series. So it's really cool. It's there's a bunch of companies that jumped on board and donated a bunch of cool stuff. So for you racers out there that are stuck at home that can't even get out to a practice tree tournament, it's a virtual way to.
We did an online trivia last night instead of going out to the local eatery.
How did
since
that
it's
work?
Terrible if your connection lags a little bit and you're like 15 seconds behind. You have 30 seconds to answer a question. People are already answering before the question's read. Like, what? How are they so smart?
Yeah.
They can see the future.
They're smart. I also wanted to give a shout out to, again, Matt Rice at DNR Auto. He just premiered a video this afternoon from the JJ's arm drop down in Alabama that was a couple weeks
Yeah.
ago. And our buddy Buster, Buster Kent, actually Casey Buster Jr. was driving the car, won the big tire event. Spoiler alert if you're haven't watched the video yet or didn't hear a couple weeks ago. But Buster Jr. took the 10K prize in the JJ's arm drop. We're really happy to have them on board running all Hot Shot Secret Fluids. And Buster, if you're watching, shout out to you. I got a whole bunch of stuff coming. We're getting it finished up for you right now. He's got a big coach and multiple cars. I mean, he's going all out. France filters on
Isn't it
everything, Blue
American
Diamond on
Eagle?
everything, you name it. So he's getting the works on all his fluids. So check out that video from Matt Rice at DNR Auto, and you'll see a lot of our Memphis Street Outlaws that are already out there running it, but Casey Jr., Buster Jr. ended up taking the win on that, and the video just came out this afternoon, so check it out. And we'll just catch up. I see a lot of people are in. Any questions? Not many questions. Everyone's kind of quiet. Let's see. Mark's in. Dan's in. Brian Check's in. How you doing, bud? Levi's in. Levi, thanks for watching.
All right, yeah.
Appreciate it, man. And no intro this time. Did we miss an intro?
I think he missed it.
I think he missed it. Brian, you're slow. I guess it was on.
We start sharp on 1:30 on the dot. We don't mess
Yep.
around.
Jacob Middleton's in. Jacob's the guy who just won the 770 class down in Florida. I think I was messaging with him the other night.
Did he beat Ryan? The robot.
He must have. I mean, he won the class. I don't know if he went heads up against him. I can't remember. I can't remember who he had in the finals. But he
Why
could have
not?
beat him on the way to the finals. So, thanks for sharing, Dan. Toot's in. How you doing, Toot? Nick's always in like normal. Chris Gabrelchuk's watching from home.
I know him.
I know him, too.
I know that guy.
Yeah. Chris is sounding a little rough yesterday. He's getting a little bit of deep voice, and I was like, man, took a couple more steps back. So he said he's going to pack it in and work from home. So, and we got a beautiful day today, so I'm
Yeah,
sure.
I get more emails when he's at home than I do when he's in the office.
I'm like
I
him.
get a
I
lot.
worked from home one day once and got more done because we don't get bothered as much, you know? I get it. Makes sense.
I don't get bothered.
Erickson, Troy Kennedy's in as usual. What's up, Troy? Jen's watching. Devin Ratliff. How you doing, Devin? Haven't spoken to you in a while. Todd Roberts is watching. Mary Pollock. Or is it Don?
Or is it?
Or is it Don? We never know. Chad Myers is in. I think Chad's been pumping out a lot of videos.
73.
Chad Myers 73, YouTube. Check him out.
Got it.
Josh Steinmetz is in, of
I know
course.
him.
I know him too. Terry Harris says, happy Hot Shot Secret Thursday, guys. Matt Rice, are those real bricks? Well, Matt, you just have to visit sometime and find out. With the screws holding them up. Matt, I don't know if you saw, but your decal hit the wall, man, and that was all.
Which one?
Yep. It's because we all know about the Hot Shot Secret. Interested in oil analysis? Well, Thomas Walczewski, we can help you out with that. We actually sell our oil analysis at cost here because we want to encourage everybody. Chris made that decision a long time ago that it will never be an item we profit off of because it's that important that he thinks everybody should have access to it. A lot of people never know how to. So I think our standard TBN, your main kits that you want to do an oil analysis, I think we just bumped the price up a couple dollars because now we're including full postage paid,
Correct.
everything to return. So you don't have to do anything but get the sample, put it in the cup, drop it in the bigger cup, fill out the form, put it in the bag we give you.
I'd fill out the form before you put it in the cup.
Yeah, because then you get oil on it. That happens too. But it's under $20. It's 15
Yeah.
or $20, and there is nothing better than, it's like getting your blood work done at the hospital. And you can find out everything you ever want to know about your vehicle, and more importantly, we like to see like 2 data points. Like 1, oil analysis is great, but 2 really kind of allow our scientists and tribologists to start trend lining. How long your oil can go and where we're going. That guy.
I was looking for
Yeah.
one.
Aaron reads a lot of them. And Chris, and that he's watching, every one of our analysis go to Chris, too. He still looks at every single one that comes through the building, too. So, and if you have questions, we will actually contact you, walk you through the analysis, because a lot of people don't understand them the first time. I know I didn't. I'm pretty good at reading them now.
I still don't.
When I get stuck, I come to these guys, though.
There's a few doozies in there, like, this doesn't make any sense. And
Right.
Chris is like, oh.
But, Thomas, I encourage you to go ahead and get your first oil analysis done to get that base point so we know where we're at, whether you're about to switch to a new oil or just did. It's always a good time to get there. Trent Gardner asks, any benefits in running the oil stiction eliminator in an 03 LB7?
No other
That's it.
issues?
It's a
Absolutely.
layup, man. Knock it out of the park.
Can we do a hockey reference now?
Sure. Score the goal.
That was lame. Absolutely, there's benefits. Oh, now you want me to go on with them?
Yes, tell your story.
Okay. I always forget the story.
I know.
Yes, it cleans the entire oil system, especially the turbo bearings. Those clearances are real tight. Get some stiction up in there. Clears it out. Spool faster.
It's good for any engine. Gas, diesel, lawnmower.
I know.
you name it. So we get the question a lot, and a lot of times people,
2-cycle?
sure, I'll throw it in there. Can I?
You can.
Sure.
But
Boat
yeah,
motor, I did.
I usually
I put some in the boat.
do it in the FR3 in the 2-cycle.
Yeah.
Whatever.
But
you can.
You know, people,
You can.
a lot of people,
That's the
especially
beauty
that
of
are coming even from the diesel world, if you're an LB7 owner, you know, think that, you know, maybe it's only for the Huey injectors. But
Right.
not only is it not just for gas and all diesel, it's the stiction eliminator is really our flagship product because of how versatile it is, and it's all Group 4 and Group 5 esters, right? I mean, we're talking all high-end oil. Yes, no.
No.
Okay, elaborate.
No, that's all right. There's some Group 3 in there.
Oh, some Group 3 in there, yeah.
Yeah.
But
It does contain, it does contain 4 and 5.
and really what we're doing is we're cleaning out all the built-up varnish, any of the oil coating that's built up in the motor. It doesn't matter what kind of motor it is. The stiction eliminator doesn't know
Right.
where it's going in. All it knows is it's going to go in there. And I always like to use my layman's version of how it actually works. And it's really bad. I'm sure everyone hates it. But if you were to spill like pop on a tabletop and it were to gum up and dry, and that's the inside of your motor, all your varnish is, well, we can't get in there and scrub it out. So it actually is going to, I always say compare it to like pouring hot water on that pop, and slowly it returns the gum back into a liquid form. Unlike some of the other products that are out there that are very harsh solvents, we don't have any harsh solvents in
Right.
it. We clean it a whole different way with the esters in it. So we're actually returning all that built-up varnish back to an oil form. That's why we can put it in at the front end of an oil change. The longer it's in there, the better. It's going to clean and lubricate at the same time. So when your oil interval is over and you dump that oil to put fresh oil in, all that old built up sticky varnish that was in there comes out in liquid form with the oil, and you got a nice clean motor to go forward with, which then you want to switch to the FR3 to keep it clean for a couple oil changes.
Right.
So that's my story.
Okay, you have a great story. I have a little bit of a story.
Okay.
Maybe a clarification. It will not help the injectors on the LB7.
No.
The Diesel Extreme will take care of that.
Absolutely.
But you still should use the stiction in the
Right.
engine.
The only injectors that the stiction eliminators are ever going to help are Huey injectors, only because they uniquely have an oil side to the
Right.
firing pattern of them. But other than that, and the most important thing, the reason why I would say they could potentially be better in a diesel as well, and all diesels or turbo cars in general, is like Aaron said, the bearing. The
That's
turbo bearing is
tiny.
a tiny little ball. I mean, it is a little tiny bearing that gets an insane amount of heat on it, and there's literally like a drop of oil that lubricates it. I mean, it is a small amount of oil, and as we know, there's warm down features on these trucks nowadays and everything, but when your turbo's running at that speed and it's that hot in that little tiny puddle of oil, I mean, I can't remember the degrees, but it's an insane amount. Well, when you shut the truck off, it just sizzles that oil, and I mean, there's nothing better it can do. If the truck is now off and it's sitting in that little tiny little puddle, and over time, that burnt oil just sticks to the bearing. And literally, the first time you use a stiction eliminator, it will get into that oil and clean that bearing nice and clean. And we hear all the time from people that just used it for the first time, they couldn't believe it. They'll shut down their motor and they'll hear their turbo just keep whistling and spin to a stop for a while. They're like, I haven't heard that in 10 years, you know, because normally a little bit of stiction will slow it down pretty quick when the engine's off. So absolutely, LB7, give stiction eliminator a try. You will not be disappointed. And if you are, we'll give you your money back, because that's what we do here. Matthew Storer says, can we walk in to buy products at your location? Absolutely. Except right now. We're not having guests right now because of the lockdown. But aside from that, normally we love people coming in. We have a little store in our front lobby, and we may even give people discounts that come in the front door. We just may. We just
Do you want
may.
to sneak in my code real quick?
The code is like the handshake, the knock code for the front
Something.
door?
No, not for now. I mean,
Oh.
for later.
Oh, come in the door and we'll hook you up.
I know.
And we love when people come by, and if we got the time to, which we usually have somebody that can, we'll give you a tour of the place, show you around, and
Who's that person?
you can go. It's usually me.
How do you have all the time?
Somebody always comes to me and says, "Kyle, you'd like a tour," and I do it. So, so yeah, Matthew,
So-
if you're, and we're right
So
off
what everybody
71.
just learned is you have a bunch of time.
I
To
got tons of time, tons of time. Come visit me.
starting to catch on here.
So, we're right off 71 too. We're literally exit 151, and we're literally like 100 yards off the highway. So, if you're ever going up and down 71 and through Ohio,
Might be a
look us up and stop by. Mark Durham says good value. Ricky Benson says intro to. Oh, Ricky's posting. Ricky's posting unicycle videos.
Never disappoints.
Can we do a gears? Diesel Don is in the neighborhood. Diesel Don's actually logged in under Don Pollock, with no. He's got no icon because he probably hasn't figured that out yet. So, but Dave, Diesel and Mary are in both. Great. All right, so we're all caught up here. We do want to talk a little bit about. Do we want to talk about the dealer special or the specials going on, and then we'll get into our product. I know we have some sales that we're going to touch on. First off, is this weekend was supposed to be Matt's weekend, which we were really excited about. We had big plans that we've been teasing you guys about for a long time. We quadrupled the size of our booths. I tell them what we're going to have in it.
I don't know. I mean, are they going to reschedule this Mammer Jammer or not? Mystery box.
Well, I guess we keep it a mystery box. I always blow mysteries. But we were going to have a badass vehicle that was going to be in there. And a very
Did you say
expanded
big?
booth. It was big, too. It's a big, small one, yeah. But you will see more of that vehicle here soon. We're gonna bring it out here at some point. But we were really disappointed because Matt's is such a cool show for us. We've been going for years. Chris is gone. It's the one show Chris never misses. And he's down there all the time. He usually does sit down with Steve Summers and the radio crew down there who cover it like the whole time. And it's just a thing we look forward to every year. So it's disappointing they had to cancel it this year. But it looks like we had a Matt special we were going to run in the booth that apparently we're going to go ahead and run with to the general public. So the Mid-American Trucking Show special.
I mean, the graphic was already done. Why not use
Why
it?
not run with it? We're not going to waste a good graphic, right? So we have, for $165, you can get 2 each of the 64-ounce Stix Eliminator, Diesel Extreme 64-ounce, and the 16-ounce EDT round original formula.
Original, not extra crispy.
Not extra crispy. So a 2-pack of our main 3 products right there. I think the regular price was like $210. So marked down to $165. We usually do some big bundle like this at Matt's. We have them all boxed up, and you wouldn't believe how many truckers come through and just grab these big boxes ready to go. Where a lot of times at the races and stuff, we have all the products out there. That's a little a la carte kind of stuff. At Matt's, it's like we got you set up, ready to go, big thing to throw in your truck. So since we had it all ready to go, we're going to go ahead and extend that offer. They can buy that online, Levi? Yep. And I already had some people call in today about it too. So I don't know if you guys posted it already.
Yeah, email.
An email went out. Okay.
Yeah, see?
There you
If
go.
you would have checked.
I haven't checked it because I'm so not
Because
busy.
you don't want
I haven't
to,
checked
you
my
want
email
to
yet.
not mystery box it.
Exactly. So if anybody wants to take advantage of the deal, it's live right now. You can call in. You can go online. We have it there. And also, we are also going to run a fleet account special at Matt's. So we're going to extend that as well. There, and pretty much simply with that, we're going to give any new fleet that signs up with us an additional 10% off their fleet account load-in order there. So any of those fleets out there, and we especially know right now, it's tough times out there, and thanks to all of the American trucker for, I mean, they don't stop. They're what keeps everything going right now. A lot of people kind of want to sit on their wallets right now, but I'll tell you what, the great thing about our products is it helps people save money, and most importantly, it keeps these trucks on the road. So now is not the time that we really want to cut back on supportive additives that are keeping the trucks clean and healthy and running.
Yeah.
Now, if not ever, is the best time to make sure that the truck's still running and good. So for all those fleets out there that have been looking to come on board, and we've got fleets everywhere from three truck fleets to 300 truck fleets, you know. And so regardless of your size, we're going to go ahead and give you this extra Matt special right now. We're going to give you an additional 10% off your fleet order. So you can give us a call. I believe there's a Become a Fleet button on our website or become a dealer. You can click that. We'll get notified to contact you. You can just call directly in and talk to one of our account execs, and they'll figure out a good package for you. Give you an additional 10% off right now to get your fleet set up. And our guys are really good at figuring out the type of fleet you have, the type of trucks you're running, the type of engines, which products might work best for you, and often the best way to package it up. Sometimes these fleets actually love when the trucks are putting in themselves, they love the smaller bottles. Sometimes we'll do very large quantities and dose like the bulk tanks, and so all the trucks that are fueling from one location get it. So give us a call. We'd love to help you out, and thanks again to all of our truckers, for everything they're doing right now. The other sale, it's not the extra crispy, but
The original recipe.
the original recipe.
Yeah. Oh, you were pointing at me other than the
I'm
original.
trying to, yeah.
Sorry, yeah, great. Yeah, the original recipe formula, EDT 16 ounce and 32 ounce rounds are on sale.
That's right, 16 round, 32 round, and
I think they lowered the price on the 32s even. They're
They
doing
did?
a lot.
They
Yeah,
told me that.
they're getting rowdy.
They're getting wild over there.
You know, you don't
Yeah.
check the email.
I didn't want to bring a surprise. I should read the email every day on live
That's
Facebook.
why I don't read the script before we get
I
on
know.
here. I don't want
So
to ruin it for
gobble up the
myself.
ADT original formula while we got it.
Yeah.
It's running pretty low now. Appreciate you guys helping us clean that out too. The Love's Truck Stop has a My Love rewards of a $5 extra bonus on the purchase of 2 bottles of Diesel Extreme through April 28th. So we know the truck stops are open. We know the truckers are moving up and down. So those truckers out there are really anybody who runs by Love's and got their rewards program. It's a good time to get those extra points on the car, get that extra money back on it. So check out the Love's through April. So we want to talk a little bit about EDT.
Just a little bit.
Just a little bit. I think it's a very important product right now in the climate we're in, because it's one of those things. I tell people this a lot, especially new dealers that are coming on board, or I know a lot of times we're out at the races, and when we get to talk to the customers, like, right in front of us, which I really enjoy doing, and getting feedback from them. We fully formulated this product as a 6-in-1 product, which I'll let you go through all that stuff. But the great thing about it is the price point. A lot of people don't always look at price point when they're comparing additives on the shelf. And I believe our 16 ounce is probably the most common size out there, and it retails what? $17.95. So you're talking about $18, a little over $1 an ounce for the EDT. But this bottle treats 400 gallons of fuel, and there are other bottles out there that are 3 times as big that treat 100 gallons of fuel, or pour this whole thing into one. So I always encourage people, make sure you're looking at the dosage and what your treatment rate per tank is. I believe we have one of the lowest priced treatment per tanks on the market and the most effective. So it allows us to have a product that actually literally pays for itself. I challenge people on this. It literally pays for it. It is a free product. If you go purchase it, I promise you, after using a 16-ounce bottle of EDT, track your mileage, I promise you, you'll have mileage savings of $18 when you're done. Nowadays, it's tough because fuel's really cheap right now, but I still challenge you that I bet you can still get your $18 back out of it. And so not only are you gaining in the mileage, but you get all these extra benefits that come in it, which are
Beautiful things like lubricity.
lubricity. Including LX4 is now infused into it.
Right.
And what do we want lubricity for in our fuel?
To be smooth. No, just to reduce wear.
Right.
Injectors, fuel pumps, especially the CP4 pump.
Because our fuel's so dry.
Correct. Absolutely.
So the lubricity, adding that lubricity to the fuel really protects the fuel system, to pump through the injectors, all that.
Right.
And because our fuel's so bad here, it's necessary. I mean, it's not even like
unfortunately, yeah.
it's not even like we recommend it.
Maybe.
Should you need it?
Yeah.
Especially if you have a CP4. So
Right.
we've got the cetane booster in there, and that's going to help us.
Just so everybody knows, I don't know if he's on camera. There's no person in this building that can name off all of the products without counting them.
Yeah, we have to do this physically.
Like I was trying to do it. I'm like,
Don't
if I
use your
don't,
fingers,
if I
don't
can't
use
even
your
put my
fingers.
finger out, I can't even count.
Don't use
It's
your
bad.
fingers. All right, so we got lubricity in there.
Yeah, that's my favorite.
We got a cetane booster. And what's the cetane going to do? That's where we're getting some of the MPG, right?
Absolutely. It increases the efficiency of the burn.
Right. So we're burning the fuel.
More efficiently, less so less DPF regenerations.
Right. And that
Cleaner
brings less
oil.
emissions down. I think
Right.
we've shown a 50% reduction in emissions. And we've shown
Yeah, anyway.
DPF regens. They've had we have a great white paper online, I think, on the case study. Boom, man, Levi's always right in front of me. So it shows our two-step system of doing a diesel extreme full clean out every 6,000 miles, putting EDT in every single tank. And I believe, was this the state of Ohio or the city of Columbus? Yeah, city of Columbus. And they did it. The trucks they were working on, I believe, were regenning 36 times a year.
Yeah.
So three times a month. And we got those regens just by running the fuel additive, got those regens down to 6. 36 to 6. So any of you guys that have a diesel truck out there that hate the regenerations, first of all,
I
let
think
it
everyone
do it.
does.
Yeah, but it's worse off when the guys put it off, too. So follow through with your regens. But what are you gaining? Less regens, you're saving money on
Time.
What's your DPF juice called?
DPF juice.
What's that? DEF fluid.
Yeah. That's called DPF juice.
Just like I call it today. So I think those things, in that study, they saved
4,000.
3,420, and the cost was 780. So again, pays for itself. It's worth it. So now we've got cetane booster. We've got a lubricity additive. We also have an injector cleaner in there. And it's not just an injector cleaner, but it's a full fuel system cleaner, right?
Absolutely.
Expand.
Today's a math.
You don't have a lot of words today.
Today's a math day. I'm either math or English, and I used up all my English yesterday doing tech data sheets. What was the question?
Injector cleaner, fuel system cleaner.
Correct.
You're rough today.
I am.
Basically, it's going to clean everything it touches. As soon as we get inside,
but there's
the tank,
another one that everybody forgets. There's the asphaltenes, the high pressure and heat from the common rail, the return.
Right.
That will bond those fabulous fuel molecules into larger, nastier asphaltenes.
Which are bad news.
And the injector cleaner is actually the portion that controls that.
Right.
So it keeps those from forming.
And when those form, they can be dangerous, and they can actually snap off and break the tips of injector heads.
Mostly it just clogs the filter first.
Well, and then with the formation of IDs, we're also cleaning those out.
Yes.
Right?
Absolutely.
With
So very few of these fantastic cleaners do that.
very few fuel additives out there cleaning.
Right.
Right. And that's why I always tell people, if you're looking at a comparison chart,
even
a lot of
some
them have
of
injector
the
cleaner.
well-known brands that everybody thinks are the best of the best that
Sure.
aren't exactly.
I challenge you, if you are using a different fuel additive, one of the main differences where manufacturers can cut cost is the chemical to clean ID. What IDs are internal diesel injector deposits. It's a relatively new phenomenon that we believe largely comes about from basically diesel fuel coming from the refinery, passing through many jobbers' hands. Everyone's kind of doing their own little additive package to it. And once you get all these enough crazy additives, crazy things happen with chemistry, and they form these little deposits that then get stuck in your injectors.
Did not used to exist because they were soluble in the old fuel.
Right.
Now all of a sudden there's no sulfur and it's
There's nothing
freaking out.
And so they get stuck in your injectors, and they're nasty little things. And
They're little critters.
little critters. And you got to get them out of there. But
Marmots.
what we found is there's a very expensive cleaning chemical that will do it, but it's only one, or there's not many that will do it, and they're all really, really expensive. So I think I know of one other brand besides us that actually puts it in.
Check. Same here.
Right? Am I wrong? Because I'm thinking of our checklist on it.
Oh, I don't know how many you can think of. I can only
I only
think
can
of
think of
one.
one. So shout out to them for actually doing it. It's only in one of their fuel formulas.
Right.
But you want
Well,
to
you
check
just
your
gave it
bottle, see if
away.
it cleans.
Not so mystery now, is it?
Check your bottle. Make sure it's got ID cleaners in it. All of our fuel additives do.
Right.
So, Diesel Extreme, even our DWAG, diesel winter anti-gel, EDT, everyday diesel treatment, are going to get your IDs cleaned out of there. So it's worth it. And again, we still put it in there at the same cost. So moving on, we have
How'd you know
cetane
that?
booster,
Oh.
injector cleaner, lubricity additive. Now I like to package these two together: a moisture dispersant and a rust and corrosion inhibitor.
Right.
Why are those two important to discuss together?
Because they're best friends. Not a good answer.
Nope. Need to start.
Because we use a demulsifier, which
Not an emulsifier.
correct. It
a
doesn't bring
demulsifier.
correct. Do you like to say literally? Drops the water out.
Right.
So if, for a chance, you let your I'll have to tell them. You already know, don't you?
Yeah.
Howie. If you don't happen to drive your truck and it demulsifies and sits at the bottom of the tank, the rust and corrosion inhibitor will protect the bottom of the tank, the lines, everything that the water would touch.
Right. And
So that's why
especially-
they're
especially this
they
time
work
of
in
year
tandem.
with like the
the
changing temperatures.
yeah,
like,
ridiculous.
Today it's
Hot,
like
cold.
65 out.
I think it was 73 when I went to lunch.
Well, I think it was like 28 when I got out of bed this morning.
Oh.
Like it was cold. So with the changing temperatures, you'll get moisture buildup in there. We all know we don't want that passing through our fuel system. There's
Correct.
two ways to do it with a fuel additive. One's an emulsifier, one's a demulsifier.
Mm-hmm.
Those that choose an emulsifier, let me guess, emulsifier is a cheaper chemical, isn't it?
Well,
What do you
certainly.
know?
How'd you know that?
Those fuel additives that choose to use an emulsifier, basically what they're doing is they're encapsulating the water, right?
Correct.
And then so it can pass through your system,
Right.
which is still dangerous. We'd rather pull it out of the
It's
fuel.
very dangerous.
So
We've seen reports of it blowing the tips off the injectors in some Cummins vehicles.
right. So
Because it turns to steam. I mean, that, again,
gets hot. And,
common rail, hot.
Mhm.
So,
if you have
It
water
happens.
coming through there, bad news can happen. So again, we use a demulsifier, which is a more expensive chemical. Best of the best in what we formulate. The demulsifier actually will make the water like fall out of solution of the fuel and literally fall to the bottom of your tank. I mean, you literally can see in the lab, we could show you when we separated diesel fuel to water, it'll literally will be sitting there at the bottom where your water separator can pick it up first and foremost. And then that's why I tie in the next part. The next additive that we have in this all-in-one is the rust and corrosion inhibitor. Reason why we put that in there is we want to treat your tank, treat your lines, and everything. And like you said, if that water's sitting down there, we don't want to start developing any rust in your system. So it's a way to treat your entire fuel system from ever being able to develop any rust from the water that we're pulling out of solution. So they work together. That's like they're best friends, like
they
you
are
said.
best friends. Just like Ricky Bobby.
So that's our 5, right?
I should have kept up.
Yep. Cetane booster, moisture dispersant, rust and corrosion inhibitor, a lubricity additive, a injector and fuel system cleaner, and the last one is a fuel stabilizer.
Right. But
Now-
do you know why? My version's different than yours, I bet.
My version, I bet yours is better than mine. My version is the fact that I think people are commonly do not understand how quickly diesel fuel can go bad. So is it that much of a use on a daily driven vehicle? Maybe, maybe not. Particularly on farm equipment or a generator or something that you use periodically, it is very important to have a stabilizer in that diesel fuel because diesel fuel can go as bad as 30 days, I think I've heard
Yeah.
Chris say. So something like that, you want to make sure you have a stabilizer in. Now, what makes all of that unique of what we just said was that a lot of other companies also choose to sell this product differently. You can go buy a fuel stabilizer. You can go buy an injector cleaner. You can go buy a cetane booster. You can go buy all this. We get that job done all in one product. So when you're buying our Diesel Extreme, which is designed to do every 6,000 miles, and in short, it's got the same things we just talked about, just a heavier dosage on the cleaner side, an injector cleaner. The EDT is made for every single tank, and you know you're protecting your fuel system, and we're treating the fuel going in it. So
Right.
there is not a better product for any diesel fuel system out there. What did I miss of this all-in-one product?
You just missed something on the stabilizer.
Oh yeah, tell me your version of why stabilizer is so important.
the higher the heat, the quicker the oxidation. We already talked about those common rail injector systems that produce a lot of heat through the
Right.
return, so it could oxidize a lot quicker, even during daily use.
So you're saying
And
you're speeding up the
The
process,
process
of
of oxidation and spoiling your fuel.
so as the fuel returns hot back to the tank.
Correct. So that stabilizer keeps that to a minimum, keeps your fuel fresher.
So if
How
you're
about
not
that?
using the fuel and it's sitting there, it can go bad quickly.
Right.
If you're using it and,
And
it's
it's
cycling
hot, and it's
hot,
hot.
it can increase oxidation.
Absolutely.
So whether you're using it or not, you need to stabilize it.
Yeah.
I learned
How
that
about
today. I learned that and that Ricky unicycles. Off-road.
Off-road. There you go.
Let's talk a little bit about dosage. This gets talked about a lot. And
This is the only product I know the dosage of.
in my terms,
In
rather
your
than your
term,
terms.
right.
So there's two dosages that we use for EDT. One we call the premium dosage. It's 1 ounce per 25 gallons. And then we have
That's 1 to 3,200 in my talk.
there you go.
How many parts per million?
I don't know. And the performance dosage is 2 ounces to
312.5.
25 gallons. Now,
See, math day.
people often ask me, what's the difference between the premium and the performance dose? Now, I'm going to tell you my feeling, and then you tell me if I'm wrong or not. All those things we just talked
You're
about.
always wrong.
Well, they
No,
correct
I'm
me.
kidding.
All those things we just talked about, in all honesty, can really get the job done under the premium dose, where you're going to stabilize the fuel. There's enough in there to stabilize
Right.
the fuel under the 1 ounce per 25 gallons. There's enough to clean the system. There's enough to maintain the clean. There's enough to prevent rust and corrosion. There's enough to disperse the water, all that stuff. Where you really get the gain on going to the performance dose is on the cetane.
Right.
1 ounce per 25 gallons will give you a 4-point cetane boost, whereas 2 ounces per 25 gallons will give you a 7-point. So those really chasing a little cetane, chasing a little punch, like a little more extra go, a little more better burn of the fuel, then they're often use the 2 ounce per 25 gallons. Did you say that's right? Do we really
Check.
see, let's be honest with people, do we really see any other benefit on those other
Well,
aspects?
just
I mean, you can't.
lubricity.
Can you fuller it's lubricity. I'm sorry, that's
But-
another one.
But
There is a benefit of having a little more lubricity in there. But you're not going to further stabilize the fuel or further disperse the water.
Right.
It's really on the lubricity
Well,
and the cetane.
if you've got that much water, you've got
Could
bigger
use some
problems.
You got problems, right.
So,
So that's the difference in the two dosages. I just had one of our sponsored racers that was dosing his tow pig, and he got the diesel extreme mixed up with the EDT, and said, I just accidentally poured the whole 16-ounce bottle of EDT in my tank. He's like, am I in trouble? No. You're not going to hurt...
yeah, he lost his sponsorship.
Yeah, you're not going to hurt anything with overdosing. We often have talked about the Trey Sykes dosage, where
Right.
he puts in 40 ounces of EDT on a 5-gallon fuel cell, which is just crazy. It's a 200 times dosage. You're not going to hurt anything. You'll have the cleanest fuel system in the world, first of all, so that's a good thing. But the gains stop very quickly after where we formulate at. So
Yeah.
1 ounce
It
gives you
ta-
4 points, 2 ounces gives you 7 points. Well, that 200 times
40
dosage,
ounces doesn't
gave
give you
him-
much of anything.
Yeah, and not only was it 40 ounces, it's 40 ounces on 5 gallons. So it was actually 200 ounces effectively times the dosage.
Right.
And it only gave him 2.5 more points.
Yeah, it didn't.
So we already have the product fully formulated out right at the peak of that gain curve. So can you go past that 2 ounces per 25? Yeah, but at that point you're wasting your money. I mean, you really are. There's not more gain to get. So we just try to really formulate it right to that level.
Your cow's money.
What's that?
Your money, your cow's money.
Yeah, or his. So
Who's there?
see if we can get a catch up on anybody in here. Like I said, looks like Ricky is posting some off-road mountain unicycling videos that I cannot wait to watch afterwards. So looking forward to that. Matthew Shore says, I live 10 minutes away. I own Mid-Ohio Freight, LLC. I run your products in my trucks. We run over-the-road, flatbed, and hot-shot hauling. Great products, guys. Thanks, man. I appreciate it. Yeah, stop in sometime. If you don't have
Later.
If you don't have a fleet account with us, Matt, I'm not sure if you do or not, now's the time to get started. We're going to give you an extra 10% off on a fleet account. So if you're already using the products, give us a call or stop by at another time. Give us a call. Give us a call for an hour. Shoot us an email. we'd be happy to get Mid Ohio Freight set up as with a fleet account, and that way you can save some money on running the truck. So thanks for already running the product. We appreciate it. Sean Tripoli says, I'm a trucker. I will always need a Hot Shot secret. Greg Jolly's in. What's up, buddy? Levon Miller's in. How you doing, Levon? My mom's in. Hey, mama. Sean Tripoli says, I'm at 700,000 miles. My DPF should have been cleaned twice by now. I've also had to do a forced regen. So that's impressive. So he's been running our products for a long time. 700. I can't wait to see they hit 1 million. That's impressive. Dorian Rain is watching. What's up, Dorian?
We need the Million Mile Truck Club like pictures on the wall.
like bronze, like face sculptures of the truck.
Of the truck.
grill.
Yeah, don't worry about the owner.
Uh,
We might put their name
My
on
mom's
it.
in says, "Hi Kyle, are you guys 6 feet apart? Washing your hands often. Love you." Yes, Mom. We
wash our own hands. We don't wash each other's. Just to clarify.
Yes, and I will say in all
That's the next
seriousness,
question.
we are taking a lot of precautions around here. It is literally no joke. We have staff literally cleaning the building around the clock the entire time. Like every time somebody walks by my office, my knob gets polished. And
Your door handle.
yes.
Okay.
So, and also,
Lost me for a second.
They've been fogging the
Yeah.
entire office every single night. I often get stuck here a little late, and the last couple of nights I've had to get out of here because as soon as everyone leaves, in comes like the hazmat team with this propane-based fogger, and we fog the entire building every single day. So
There's also an electrical. We have several.
I
you
don't
seen
know.
the
I saw that
electric
thing. I
version?
ran. I pack up and
There's
I go.
a few different ones.
Yeah, so we are taking every precaution, so rest assured. Dorian says, hey, y'all, busy down here. Dorian says, will Hot Shot Secret kill COVID? I heard it will kill COVID deposits. I wouldn't trust that. But I don't know. Maybe we'll bring it in the lab and find out. So I do, let's see if we have the... Oh, yeah, we covered that. That's great. So we're going to give away some EDT today. Did you pick out any winners? Should I pick out some winners?
Oh, I didn't pick out winners.
Well, why don't I pick some now? Why don't you give your closing argument on EDT and why every truck should have it?
My closing argument.
Yeah. Because you weren't very talkative today, so.
I'm never very talkative. It's like, let's bring the guy on that doesn't talk. That's kind
of the goal, get you talking.
The only person worse would be the fella behind the camera.
Oh, we'll get you up here one day.
Oh, do you want me to do the original recipe or the extra crispy one?
Spicy.
Ooh, spicy. 6-in-1 fully formulated product. Injector cleaner, cetane boost. I'm using my fingers. Water dispersant, rust and corrosion inhibitor, storage and stability, and number 6.
Stabilizer.
I already said that.
Okay, I missed it. Actually, you just stalled for a minute. You did before you started.
Cool.
So I got some winners.
Yes.
I got Trent Gardner and Matthew Storr. Why don't you guys shoot us a message? Shoot it over to Levi on our Facebook page. And give us your address, and we will ship out some EDT so you can try all the stuff we were talking about today.
We need a spicy formula.
A spicy one. Well,
Maybe that's Diesel Extreme.
Yeah, we should.
Right?
Put some peppers on it and stuff.
Why not?
So I remember we have a bunch of specials going on. Again, where was it at the sales. The mat specials that we were going to take to mats, those are going to be available right now. They're up on the website, or you can call in. We'll get you set up with that. And again, our fleet's out there. We're offering an extra 10% mat special. We're going to go ahead and honor that since mats is a no-go. And our original EDT formula, we still have that marked down, and that's on the website as well, isn't it, Levi? Yep, EDT original formula. Oh, I finally see it now. I got you. So there you go.
Original.
And remember, check out DNR Auto's video that just premiered about an hour ago on JJ's arm drop. Congrats to Casey Buster Jr. for winning that $10,000 with a badass race car that's loaded with Hot Shot Secret fluid.
You can
so-
say badass, but you can't say shitbox supply.
Oh yes, you can. Yes, you can. And good luck to all the crew.
Oh,
in
I forgot
Lockdown
your
Press
mom's
Extreme
watching.
League.
Sorry.
Yeah, careful
Sorry,
now.
sorry,
Careful.
Kyle's mom.
So good luck to the Corona Lockdown Practice Street League. We'll be watching you guys. Good luck to the winners of those. And we have something special coming next week. I'll just say that much. So tune in next week, Thursday, 1:30 p.m., and we'll have a pretty cool special announcement. I think they'll be ready by then to tell everybody. So until you get any closing thoughts? Nope, you didn't have any starting or
I
middle
don't have
thoughts.
any thoughts.
You're,
Or
you're just thoughtless today. So, nothing. So thanks for tuning in.
Got some numbers.
We'll see you guys next week, Thursday at 1:30. We'll be back with some cool stuff to announce next week. Stay safe out there. Wash your hands. See you next week.